about it.
So, obviously this video is a type of video we've never done before.
It's a bit more serious.
Yeah,
And,
for sure. But it is something that we have been thinking about doing for a while. We've been talking about it.
It's definitely a subject that's close to home for us and something that we think we could help other people with because we have experience with.
And we want to talk about it anyway. We want to talk about it also because we feel like it could be therapeutic for us. I don't know if it just reaches one person and resonates with them. I mean, I guess that's enough for us. One of the main reasons why we want to talk about this too is because it is getting close to the holiday season. And the holiday season can be one of the hardest times of year. Emotionally, there's a lot of family stuff going on.
It can be really hard because it's like one of those times that you're supposed to be like with your family and things are supposed to be cheerful, and then for some people that time of the year is just a horrible reminder of something, or they feel terrible because they don't have
or
much
it can
of a
be a
family.
really lonely time of the year. And then all of the like cheery stuff going on just like makes you feel the loneliness and all the negative things that are going on in your life, which is, I mean, we've both had pretty bad holiday experiences in our life, so we definitely from personal experience know how hard it can be around this time of year when you are alone or when something awful is going on.
Depression's something that I think some people feel like they're alone in it whenever they are depressed, or they are the only person that's feeling that way. But in like the reality is that depression's a very normal thing. But
not to discredit though your personal issues that you have going on.
yeah, I'm not saying that it's just get over it or because everybody has them. I'm just saying that you're not alone in it because most people have been there, and it's something that you can. It's temporary. It's something that you can get past. It's not like you're just going to feel that way forever.
For me personally, I have suffered with depression throughout my life. The healthier I've become, the more consistent I've been with working out and everything. Just the lifestyle that we've been living for a long time now has really helped me a lot. But I am more of an emotional and passionate person. So, I feel things a lot, which is an amazing, beautiful thing, but at the same time, it can be really harmful when you feel too much. And, you can hurt yourself and hurt relationships. And so I've definitely had to do a lot of growing and a lot of self-healing. To tie into what Cody was talking about with the impermanence thing. Well, we have these tattoos. We got these tattoos. Kind of zoom in on them. Mine doesn't look as nice as his because the ink didn't take as well. We aren't Buddhist, but there are concepts that we really like from people that live their life that way. One concept in particular is impermanence. Nothing is permanent. And I found that to be really helpful to me because when you are having a really bad day or you are sad about something, because we just have shitty days. Like
shitty months, shitty years.
Shitty weeks. Yeah, shitty years. Nothing lasts forever. Just like happiness. You can't be happy forever. You can't be in a good mood forever. Depression isn't forever. So whatever you are going through in your life, however awful it might be, it's not forever. It's not permanent. I really hate to sound preachy, so, obviously we're not therapists. I'm not trying to tell anybody, like, what to do, exactly, like, how to deal with it. I'm just talking from personal experience. I know what it's like to be super lonely and depressed, especially over the holiday season. Just to give you guys a couple examples. A long time ago, it was right before me and Cody got married. I got deployed to Afghanistan. The day after Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was there alone, obviously I was deployed with my squadron, but I had to spend New Year's there, And, you know, just coming off of Christmas, it was like the day after Christmas, you know, you just have to hop on a plane and go to a war zone, essentially. So that was very hard. And then shortly after we got married, I had to finish my tour in England, so I had another year left while he was stationed in Florida. Within the first year of us getting married, we became pregnant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which was a shock to us. And I mean, I guess to make things even harder, it was like, you know, it happened while we were visiting each other, because we had to like visit. We didn't get to visit each other very often while he was in Florida and I was in England, but you know, one of the times that we did, that's when it happened. And I actually found out I was pregnant while I was in England by myself and he was back in Florida. So I was all alone up there while I was pregnant, and I'm just like, oh my god, this, you know, obviously it wasn't planned, but regardless, like I was there by myself. And then I was, you know, realizing like I'm gonna have to go through most of my pregnancy up there and by myself. And unfortunately, we had a miscarriage, which it was just a really, really hard time, because I was just in a very dark place. I definitely had suicidal thoughts. I mean, those were really hard times for us.
Yeah, I remember
Especially
us having discussions all the time.
The Skype phone calls.
About you wanting to hurt yourself and, you know, being sometimes inconsolable. And the interesting thing about depression, though, is that it's more prevalent in developed countries.
Well, studies have shown that it is more.
And my interpretation of it is that because we have all of this like Western lifestyle causes us to go to work 9 to 5, and then the American dream of, you know, the dogs, the kids, the white picket fence, the house, everything like that, and you have all these responsibilities.
Consuming and buying and consuming and buying.
And you kind of get stuck in this rat race, and you kind of end up feeling like a mouse in a wheel. I feel like another reason that people can get so depressed is because they pay attention so much to...
Well, social media nowadays.
So, yeah.
That's, you know, social media is, and obviously we're not trashing social media, it's the way we live our life, and social media is a very amazing thing. I think it's beautiful how so many people can come together on a certain issue, and I think that a lot of good, mostly good, has come from social media, but there are also bad aspects to it, just like anything else. And it's very easy to compare yourself to other people. I mean, I've done it before.
It's so easy to look at like your Facebook or Instagram feed and see all these people living their best life, you know, and like it looks like their lives are perfect, and they have all the things, and they have, you know, all the money, and how they portray it to you anyways. And you look at all that and you think, why isn't my life like that? But all you're seeing is the highlight reels of other people's lives. You don't see their struggles or anything like that. And you kind of start thinking that, well, maybe I'm the only one struggling, or is my life really supposed to be like this? Basically, what we're trying to say is don't check into your life, not, you know, don't live your life through your phone or your technology or your social media. Like, find what makes you happy outside of that. Find what makes you happy in your life, not skip watching others.
I think maybe one of the main reasons why we just talked about that and brought it up is because it's like personal to us. Like, it's something that we've struggled with before. Well, I have. You haven't. I have. I've, you know, like, compared myself to other people before and thought like, well, why don't I have this, or why don't I look this way? And a lot of people do that. It's really easy to do as a human being.
One of the main reasons that I think I felt more comfortable or motivated to do this video is because of our personal experience with suicide. And we told you guys in the past that my sister did that. She committed suicide. She did it a few days after Thanksgiving 3 years ago. And after it happened, whenever my mom called me, I got the phone call, and Hope heard me reacting, and she said that she already knew what had happened because we had been noticing these little signs, these things that she was doing that were uncharacteristic of her.
Well, I had talked to her personally too because I spent the night at his I went to hang out with her because like me and her would hang out sometimes, and I mean we were sisters pretty much, so, and me and her like had a sleepover at his parents' house one time, and you know we just were staying up late talking like you do at a sleepover, and we got on the subject of depression. But I felt like after I talked to her, like she did feel better, and she was better. But the thing is, she told me that she had thought of suicide, and there were times where, you know, she would have to call people to come over to her apartment or her house because she was worried.
She was starting to stop taking really care of herself. She was starting to drink more. I started hearing her talk about drinking almost every time we were around her, which was...
But she still acted like everything was fine.
Yeah, she acted happy.
Totally normal.
Yeah. And then obviously she talked about depression. And something that I guess that I took away from it was because, you know, like Sydney had brought it up to Hope, and we knew about it, but at the same time I was like, okay, what teenage girl, you know, or teenage...
Well, she was 20.
Yeah. Well, she was still a teenager to me.
Yeah.
But even I talked about it when I was a kid, younger, you know, and like I was like, oh, you know, it's just... She's just being like how I was. She's being a kid, you know, an emotional...
Both of us have had thoughts of suicide.
Yeah.
And I know some other people have, obviously, in the world. You know, there's a lot of people in the world.
So
we were like...
So now it's something that if I hear, it's really not like, it's not something to take lightly.
Everything that's happened, and we've had so much time to reflect on it. I mean, this is a realization we had, like, a long time ago. But you kind of, like, as a person, when it's something like that happening before your eyes, you know, you don't want to be that person that tries to control somebody or steps in, you know. It's like, when do you step in and say, what the f*** is going on here?
It's better to step in and be that person and it not be needed than to not be that person and it is needed. It's just, like, that's the thing about suicide, is that some people, like, when they think about doing it, or they're gonna do it, they're thinking that this is a solution to my problem. This is gonna take my pain away, but it doesn't make any pain go away. It just puts it on everyone else.
Yeah, it was so.
You make everyone else suffer that you love or you care about or you know. My takeaway from it was that even if you get like a hint, the smallest hint that someone might be suffering with it, don't feel awkward with asking them, or be afraid to say,
or to interject in their life.
Yeah, don't be afraid to interject, because ultimately, if you say to someone, are you thinking about hurting yourself? Are you thinking about killing yourself? And they say, no, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, like, you're crazy. Why would you think
you're not crazy for that, though.
Yeah, but that happening and having that awkward situation of like, oh, well, okay, sorry, didn't mean to insult you or whatever, is a lot better than you not asking and finding out later that they were. Mm-hmm. When it's way too late.
That's very true.
So don't be afraid to be that person to say, are you going to hurt yourself? Do you need help?
Then on the other side of things, if you are somebody that is personally struggling with depression,
or you're having thoughts of suicide, don't cover it up.
No, talk about it. Go somewhere if you need to. There is more to life. There's so much more to life than depression, and nothing is permanent. You know, there is life on the other side of your depression. You just have to keep holding on and working at it.
You have no idea. You have no idea where your life's going to be in even a year. You don't know what's going to happen to you. You don't know what is waiting for you on the other end of your thoughts and feelings. And if you push through, if you get through the struggle that you're having, there's definitely something better waiting for you on the other side of it.
If this can help just one person, then that's enough for us.
Yeah.
So
it's worth it.
But
we love you guys.
We do.
And remember, don't ever give up. There's always something better for you waiting on the other side.
It's true. All right.
Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys. We'll see you later.